Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom and the Terminator pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudre, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudre, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar.
All right, we're going to cut the intro short just because we are throwing the qualifying. BobbethTV is live, and you know what that means. Another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. We've got two races here today for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. We'll start off the night with Dirt UMP Modifieds here at Huset Speedway in Brandon, USA. And then we will be heading over to Knoxville for the Knoxville Speedway round of the Dirt 358 Modified. So modified action here today on Mud Mule TV for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. We're halfway through week 10, just week 11 to go before we get to the, just week 11 before we decide our new champion, basically is what I was trying to say. Let's get down to the qualifying times and have a look here. Ken McLean off to a great start. Chris Andrews, Kelly McKellen, Mike Davis, and Matt Webb. Thank you also, Kelly McKellen, for the share of the broadcast. Appreciate you. Also the like for Dawson. Good luck out there, you two. Let's have a look. Kelly McKellen, Mike Menez, Chris Andrews, Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges, Kelly McKellen. So Ken McLean, Kelly McKellen, Tim Brown, Matt Webb. Let's get a bit of qualifying cam happening here. Brian Angel out there for Yoda Outlaws. So he's got 12.991, just scrapes into the top 5 with a sub 13 time. Looks like 15 drivers are registered. Oh, Dawson's out there on the track. Why is it not giving us any drivers? There we go. There's the 42. Josh Roberts out there on the track as well. Welcome back, Josh. So he was able to pull out a 13.211 there. Of Matt Webb. Chris Andrews still out there as well. Chris has got a 12.959, so he's moved himself into top 5. Unfortunately, that's going to push Josh Roberts, Brian Angel back down to 6th rather. Brian was the one that got top 5. Not Josh, calm down. All right, that's qualifying done and dusted. We're going to get straight into some racing here. Ken McLean and Jonathan Foxworth will be on that front row. The second row is going to be Mike Davis and Travis McDonald, sorry, I'll split it out in a moment, and Josh Roberts there on that third and final row. Six laps of no, Huset. Yeah, we're at Huset Speedway first. Sorry, well, that's exactly where we are, Bob. You know, the drill cars will go around the track a couple of times. Pace car will leave. We'll get heat one started. Looks like we'll have 3 heats here tonight. Kent McLean, Jonathan Foxworth, Travis McDonald, and Mike Davis. Josh Roberts as well. Mike Davis, of course, if we get onto his car, you'll see that he has a beautiful face on his roof. What? Mike Manise, thanks for the like, brother. Good luck out there as well. I know you're within the points chase. Actually, there's that message. So we did get an updated points count from yesterday. Mr. Mike Manise. So Travis McDonald 252, Mike Manise 250, Brian Angel 208, Mike Davis 185 and 183 for Wayne Bridges. So looks like Travis will be taking our EOL in the first race. See how the boys go from there. Oh, the 75. Oh, big crash at the start of our heat there. Let's watch that green flag again. 75 just got a little too loose coming in to 1 and 2. Or it might have been a bit of contact with the 29 actually, and that has brought all the other cars sort of into contact. Looks like the 88 really banged up the front of his car. Let's see how that goes. Get this one back underway. It's going to be a shortened heat 1. Josh Roberts and Mike Davis on that front row. Kent McLean and Jonathan Foxworth on that second. Travis McDonald had to go get some repairs. It looks like so he's back on the rear of field as we get our 4th of 6 laps going. Looks like it's going to be a 3-lap heat race from this point. Roberts, Kent McLean, Mike Davis, Travis McDonald, Jonathan Foxworth. Rather be lucky than good. That is something Josh Roberts has said in the past. And look, it's going to pay off here tonight, looks like, as he is going to take... Oh, no, one more lap to go. Bob's still got a white flag at lap. McLean may be able to make something work on this last lap. Doubtful. We'll wait and see as Josh Roberts and Kent McLean come through that turn for the last time. We're going to get the checkered flag. Heat 1 is done. Josh Roberts has secured pole position in the feature here at Huset Speedway with the UMP modifieds. Let's have a look at those official results though. Oh, I did fill up a water bottle, damn it. So those results come in. Why are they coming in? Oh, they're there. As soon as I say that. All right, Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Main Bandit in 5th when they come. What the heck? Why are we not getting the results up? It doesn't want to show us the results. Results are broken apparently. Let's get over to the grid though. That will be Mike Moniz and Chris Standridge on that front row. Wayne Bridges and Mikey Mixter on that second row. Brett and Vanderwood on that third and final row. The results tab doesn't want to work for me. That's really weird. Pace truck getting ready to leave the track. The boys coming into 3 and 4. Chris Standridge, Mike Moniz, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, Brent Vanderwood. 5 cars, 6 laps, heat 2. Ooh. Mike not able to set the way he would like. Chris Standridge was coming through on his line, and almost a bit of contact there between the two. Wayne Bridges tightly packed in the 3rd, 4th and 5th positions there. Of Mikey Mixter up into the wall, so he's going to fall back to 5th as Wayne Bridges. Oh no, just 4th. Wayne Bridges did not quite get that car past him. As Brett Vanderwood holds on to that 3rd place spot up ahead of him. Chris Standridge and Mike Moniz 2nd and 1st. Lap is here already. Alright, just in case the results tab does not come up this time. Wayne Bridges in 5th, Mikey Mixter 4th, Brett Vanderwood 3rd, Chris Standridge 2nd, Mike Moniz is our 2nd winner for the night. Yeah, no, it drops the availability almost straight away. All right, heat 3 here. This one is going to be Dawson Potter and Brian Angel. As we get our cars down on the screen there. Dawson Potter and Brian Angel on that front row. Kellen McKellen and Tim L. Brown on that 2nd row. 3rd row is going to be Matt Webb. Oh, man. Oops. I forgot I was muted then. I wasn't muted. Brian Angel, Dawson Potter, Tim L. Brown, Kellen McKellen, Matt Webb. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. First of 2 races for tonight. We're starting off with the UMP Modifieds here at Huset Speedway. And then we will move over to Kokomo for the 358 Modifieds as well. Sprint car night last night, modified night tonight. Dawson Potter, Kelly McKellen, Tim L. Brown, Matt Webb. That is our 5. How are you, chat? Who is here watching it today? Who are you here to hope win? Coming up on the white flag lap here. Dawson Potter still there in second, but this man, Brian Angel, is our race leader. Kelly McKellen, Tim L. Brown, and Matt Webb. All right, Matt Webb in 5th, Tim L. Brown 4th, Kelly McKellen 3rd, Dawson Potter 2nd. Our winner in Heat 3, Brian Angel. All right, knowing that Travis McDonald is our EOL for the day, the front row will look like this. Josh Robertson, Mike Manise. Second row will be Brian Angel and Ken McLean. Chris Standridge and Dawson Potter are on that 3rd row. 4th row is going to be Mike Davis and Brent Vanderwood. Kelly McKellen and Tim L. Brown on that 5th row. 6th row is going to be Mikey Mixon and Wayne Bridges. 7th row is going to be Jonathan Foxworth, and Matt Webb. And then Travis McDonald will be back on that final row as well. Thank you. I'll take this in the room for the broadcast if that's all right. Not that I'm asking permission because it's my house as well, you know what I mean? Just decency, I guess. Where's the handle? Thank you. Oh, I wasn't muted when I said all that. Coffee number 2 is ready. However, there's no handle on the cup. So I'm a little bit... I'm not a paper cup. No, you're not. You also don't do well dispersing the heat throughout the cup. That is hot. Oh, breakfast is here. As we get ready, 35 lap feature race here, the first of 2. Start off with the UMP modifieds first, finish up with the 358 modifieds. Pace truck has left the track. One full lap in the books as these boys get these cars up to speed. Josh Roberts is our race leader. Kent McLean, Mike Manise, Brian Angel, Chris Standridge is the 5. Mike Davis, Kelly McKellen, Mikey Mixon, Dawson Potter, Brett Vanderwood the 10. And we have Jonathan Foxworth, Tim L. Brown, Matt Webb, Travis McDonald, and Wayne Bridges. Scrambled eggs in to brekkie. Lap 5 of 35. These guys cruising through this one here today. Standards there in the top 5 spot, trying to hold back Mike Davis, Kelly McKellen, and Dawson Potter, but will catch up to Mike Manise, Brian Angel, Ken McLean, and Josh Roberts. Ken McLean, the fastest car out there, that last lap, 13.030. There, Josh Roberts, Ken McLean have broken away from that main pack, and then Brian Angel, Mike Manise, Chris Standridge, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th cars. Oh, it looks like Mike Manise was coming to a stop on that track map there, but I think just a dodgy line. First caution has come out, lap 9 of 35. Looks like Brent Vanderwood and Tim L. Brown. Let's have a quick look. Ah, hit play, Bob, not live. There we go. Just Jonathan Fox with Brent Vanderwood, Mikey Mixed and Matt Webb behind them. Tim L. Brown just coming into a contact with him at the end. First caution. Right, pace truck leaving the track. We'll get lap 9 of 35 back underway in just a moment. Knuckleheadz Grassroots iRacing. Knuckleheadz iRacing leads Grassroots Racing Series. I'll spit it out first. Last night was sprint car night. Tonight is mods. European modifieds here at Huset Speedway. Up next is the Knoxville Speedway round of the 358 modifieds. Keep an eye on this battle up the front here. Josh and Ken McLean. Ken with a bit of a slider, but Josh able to easily cut under it and get that car back up into the race lead. There's Brian Angel, Chris Standridge back there just watching away. Josh is always going to bench you on that high line if he can get it. Around the track here, lap 12 of 35. Oh, the 44 Dawson Potter up off the track. Oh, looks like there's been a crash. Can't quite tell where that one was. Dreadhead Jeff in the chat, highlight high vibes, high vibs. Who are we talking about there? Only 14 cars still on at the track. Callum McKellen in the pits. Well, that 48 machine is busted, just laying there in the middle of the infield, smoking. There it is there, just to the left of the victory lane sign. Not looking healthy at all. About 14 or 35 underway. Kevin McLean, our new race leader after that restart there. Josh Roberts has got some work to do, but Mike Menezes, Chris Standridge, Dawson, Dawson and Jonathan Foxworth, there a bit of contact, but So he was able to push Dawson into that corner. He was able to keep it going nice and straight. No yellow flag has come out. Looks like other guys got caught up in that. Matt Webb now in the pits. Looks like Kelly McKillen got that car repaired and back out on the track as well. All right, pace car has caught back up to the crew. They'll be able to start rolling back around the track again. Right, off we go and racing. Our current race leader, Christina, has moved himself up into second. Josh Roberts back to third as another caution washes in to the field there. 92 of Wayne Bridges, it looks like that one. That gives me just a little bit of time to continue getting some breakfast and coffee in my belly. I'll be back in just a moment. So now we're back off and racing when my mic is actually active. So my young bloke, BobbethTV Jr. is off to the States for a couple of weeks from basketball camp. And just getting his flight up on my screen so I can track it from Sydney to LAX. So Josh Roberts managed to get that race car back up into the lead past Ken McLean, but Ken McLean's going to give him a challenge. This race far from over, lap 21 of 35. they're just outside the top 5. In 6th place, Mikey Mixter, Travis McDonald, Mike Davis behind him, but he's got the top 5 in front of him. Jonathan Foxworth, Mike Menez, Chris Standish, Kent McLean, our race leader, Josh Roberts. Jonathan Foxworth making that car as wide as he possibly can for Mike Menez, not able to get past him. Of 35. We're getting very close to the tail end of this first feature race. Battles going on right now. Jonathan Foxworth trying to maintain that top 5 spot. Chris Andrews up ahead of him. Sorry, top 4. 5 is Mike Menez behind him. There's 5 laps remain. 30th time through 3 and 4 for the lead pack. 5 laps remain. All right, with 5 to go, we're going to jump back up to Josh and Kent's battle in a moment. Laps remain here. 2 to go for the lead pack. Josh Roberts and McLean 1 and 2. Can Josh Roberts hold on? White flag. Oh, here he comes down at low for that last minute move, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Josh Roberts is going to charge out, get that checkered flag. Our first of 2 races comes to an epic conclusion. See if my result's going to work this time. No, not getting our results coming up on the screen for some reason today. System must be a little bit broken. So we'll use the leaderboard, but Wayne Bridges finished in at 15th. Kelly McKellen 14th. 13th was Brent Vanderwood. Tim L. Brown in 12th. 11th, Matt Webb. The top 10, Brian Angel. Mikey Mixter in 9th. 8th, Mike Davis. 7th, Dawson Potter and Chris Dandridge in 6th. Our top 5, Travis McDonald in 5th. Jonathan Foxworth in 4th. Mike Menez in 3rd. Ken McLean 2nd. But our winner here tonight, Josh Roberts, gets it done and holds on. Get some of his details up on our screen here. Get over to the Discord in a moment. All right, here he is, the 42, Josh Roberts, fastest in qualifying. Got the Heat 1 victory. Got himself on pole position start for the for the UMP mods here at Huset Speedway. But a couple of restarts there showed that Kent might have been the man to beat for a little bit. But you kept it head down, bum up, Josh, and I think you did that sort of. I think it was that classic, say, stay out on the high line, run, and just build that momentum is what gets you these sorts of victories. But you got it done, but how often were you sort of thinking, man, I've messed up, or Kent was just too good in that particular spot? What was the thoughts like going through that race?
Early on, I felt good, and then the track started slicking off, and I don't really run these cars as much, so I knew tire wear was going to be a big issue. The first two cautions, I got to choose, whatever line I wanted to. So the first one I done inside, had a pretty good hose shot on it. The second one, Kent was able to keep his car in the grip, and he had a heck of a run on the
Mm.
outside, and he ended up getting position. And I was like, daggone. And then running that bottom line, it's so slick down there. Um, so we had another caution, and I was like, okay, if I'm going to do something, I've got to make my front wheel be up against this berm and then get a heck of a exit. And sure enough, that's what happened. And I got back up because I knew if I got up top, it would be hard to run it. But really, I mean, if you want a good race, watch me and Kent. I prefer the outside. He prefers the inside. So I was expecting it, and when I got a little bit of the lead late in the race, I was really not holding off, but I knew I had to save somewhat tire because I knew
Mm.
probably 5 laps to go, Kent was going to come, and sure enough, he did. And honestly, I mean, if I had one more lap, I think Kent would have got me. And I told him after the race, I was like, "Man, you were the faster car." So, I mean, I'll take it, but man, he knows how to sling that car wherever he wants it.
Yeah, no, well, look, I mentioned a quote that you and I have discussed in the past, and it was sort of more regarding your Heat 1 race. Obviously, there was that bit of contact with Kent. Um, got a bit wide, and I think it was the 29, Jonathan Foxworth, a bit of tail contact, spun him around, and that allowed that restart, sort of a 3 lap heat race for you to take off and win. And the phrase I sort of used was, obviously always better to be lucky than good. And I think in that instance, in the heats, yeah, the luck is what got you the advantage in the start, but there's no denying it was the driving and the battling that kept you out there on the front row. It was a great race. I feel bad for guys like Mike Manise, Chris Sandridge, stuff like that, because they were sort of sitting back watching and looked like they had the best seat in the house to wait for one of you two to mess up or to make a mistake on each other and try and capitalize. But it just didn't come. There was sliders thrown, there were crossovers, but you guys just had that room to sort of work with what you needed to work with and keep it going in the right direction. Um, you reckon similar results in the 358s here tonight at Kokomo as we move over?
Considering the fact Kokomo's probably my worst track, I don't know about it. Out of all the tracks that I race on, Kokomo's, I don't know what it is. I just cannot figure out that line. I know, late in the race it turns right against the wall, and you would think I'd be good there, but I don't know what it is. I've probably raced there 20 times, and I think I've got dead last all 20 times. So I was, I caught everything up tonight, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to get on and sling some dirt with these guys, which Huset's is I think that's how you pronounce it, a new track for me, which I bought it a couple of weeks ago. So really, I'm learning this track as I go. But I'm feeling good about how I'm finishing. I think the past few races I've raced has been top threes and a handful of wins. So if I can just carry this momentum into the season, I'll take that all day and run with it.
No, definitely, man, definitely. And like I said yesterday to some of the other boys, your job is to show up, take these points away from the guys that are battling for that championship. We know that over the last couple of weeks, it's been a bit of a 2 point turnaround. Mike Manise and Travis McDonald currently. We came into tonight's race with Travis having the 2 point lead, but with Mike finishing 2 spots up above him. I feel like that's going to be equal points coming into the second race. I don't know how you guys will decide the EOL there, or whether it's just the points coming into the competition. But now, look, if you guys, if yourself, if Kent or was it Kent yesterday, or was it Kelly? It was one of the
I
two.
think
As
Kent won last
Kent,
night.
yeah, it's as long as you guys can keep coming out and making all these other guys really work for those extra points, it's more selfish for me. It puts on a great show. It means that the championship is going to be a tight one, but it just seems to be that that is the order of effect. It's going to be a couple of you guys coming in stealing some of those valuable points, and the others just having to sort of really fight over what is remaining. And in this case, yeah, as I say, Mike third, Travis fifth. So very very close battle. Can't wait to see what the 358s do at Kokomo. Before we let you go and have a bit of a break, we've got a bit of time before the new session opens, so enough time to stretch your legs, get some drinks and things like that. Friends, family, and friends, Josh, who do you want to give a shout out to for making all this possible?
Yeah, always the wife. She's always going to be the first one. They're outside playing. Levi's running his little race car around the house, so that's always fun. All the guys, John and Wayne, and all the other guys who stepped up and pretty much taking this league to where it's at now. I'm thrilled to be able to come back in and pick up where I left off. But those guys, hats off to them. They picked it up and ran with it. So thank you for all them and their hard work and people like Kent. I know I can race hard, but I don't have to worry about a dirty move thrown on me. And I'm hoping that's how he felt. I would never race anybody dirty for a win, but it definitely was an elbows up kind of race at this track. So thank you for all your broadcast. And all the guys who just came out. So we'll see how the 358s go, and hopefully I don't get dead last.
Well, no pressure. Obviously, you're not going to go out there
Right.
and overperform because there's no expectations. And I find that with you boys here at the Knuckleheadz iRacing League, that's when the magic does happen, when there's no pressure on yourself to do anything and you just sort of get out there comfortably and just run the race. So good luck out there, man. If anyone deserves to go back to back tonight, it is most certainly yourself. There's going to be some stiff competition, though, so best of luck. We'll have you back in the booth anytime. That part's up to you, of course. And we'll take it from there.
That sounds good. Hopefully I'll talk to you here in a little bit.
All right, man. Best of luck. All right, that was Josh Roberts here tonight, our first winner of our first race. And sorry, just wrapping things up there. Now, yeah, we do have about 5-10 minutes before we need to chuck over to the other lobby practice session and able to go live again. So we'll take a quick 5-minute break. Let's go grab a drink and we'll empty some fluids and update some fluid containers, and we'll be back soon, guys.
Prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring. Time to go. Thank you for joining. The spotlight's aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV. Let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom and the Terminator pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Steel and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show. Prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring. Time to go. Thank you for joining. The spotlight's aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV. Let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom and the Terminator pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Steel and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show.
All right, we're just loading in to the second session, Kokomo Speedway, the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's grassroots racing series. Just as we get our racing info up on the screen here. I'm going to leave you with our practice session while I take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Gotcha and Brian Angel in the chat. Good luck, everyone. This is the second of 2 races here tonight for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. Let's get our race info up on the screen. We've got Dirt 358 modifieds here at Kokomo Speedway. We're in Kokomo, USA for our 358 round of this race. We had the UMP mods. That was won by Josh Roberts earlier. Let's see who is up for this one. 17 cars registered. Travis McDonald has quick time at the moment, 12.424. Let's get his best times up there. 12.511. Ken McLean, Brian Angel, 12.523, 12.600, 12.611, 1.614. For Michael Mixter, Brent Vanderwood, Matt Webb. More 12.6s, 12.630, 12.641, and 12.648. For Mike Manise, Jonathan Foxworth, and Kelly McKellen. Josh Roberts and Jason Coffey in the 12.7 area, 12.708 and 7.85 respectively. And we've got some 12.8s, 12.800 for Wade Bridges, 12.815 for Tim Mel Brown, Chris Dandridge, 12.861, 12.883 for Dawson Potter, 12.918 for Mike Davis, and Henry Roslowski joining us for our second race, 13.073. All right, practice is done. We're going to throw over to qualifying before we get into our last of our heat races here today. Only one more race in week 10 for the Grassroots Racing Series. That is tomorrow night, and that will be a big block modifieds at Kokomo. Standard, one of the first cars out. Matt Webb's out there. Wayne Bridge, Kelly McKellen as well. Excuse me. First official time on the board, 12.893, 12.792 is quick time though. Chris Standridge, Chad Puttable got called into work. Would have made it. No, look, we know what you do for a living, Chad, and I feel like that is way more important. So hope it wasn't too crazy for you getting called in. And some more times started to come in. Why isn't the camera liking the guys on the track at the moment? So I got the points updated after that last race. Right now, the points for the Grassroots Racing Series top 5 are as follows. Travis McDonald and Mike Manise, 257 points apiece. In third, Brian Angel on 212. Mike Davis on 189. And Wayne Bridges back there on 186 as well. McDonald, 12.374 is our quick time. 13.350 is the minimum time that you would want to get. There's the 8 of Brent Vanderwood. He has pulled out a top 5 run, 12.592. All right, grid heat 1. Let's get this one all set up and ready to go. All right, front row, Travis McDonald and Brian Angel. Mikey Mixture and Chris Downridge on that second row. Mike Manise and Wayne Bridges will be on that third and final row. Off we go and racing. Let's get a little wider on this restart. Oh, that's a lot wider as we watch them come into 3 and 4 for that first time. All right, this is the last lap, the first half of heat 1. Our race leader, Travis McDonald, who's equal in championship points right now. Off to a great start. Really would like to secure that feature start in the competition start in the feature. The 7 getting a bit caught up there. Mike Manise almost coming into contact, but able to keep it nice and clean. As we come around for our second last lap out of 3 and 4 they go. Travis McDonald's going to start a lap 6. Our white flag lap will get up to Travis. That's the most exhaustive repair. 3:58 is just running away with victory here in Heat 1. There's the checkered flag. See if our results will play ball this time. Why is it not showing the results today? That is such an annoying thing. All right, let me quickly just go over to here so we can see those results. Oh, all right, can't really tell. All right, we'll have to be quicker off the board next time. All right, Ken McLean and Brett Vanderwood on the front row for this one. Jonathan Foxworth and Josh Roberts second row. Third row is going to be Tim L. Brown and Henry Roslowski. Track map for Kokomo. Right, off we go. Well, yeah, there was. Why is certain things not working today? iRacing live timing really playing up today. No results. We've not got track map now. Bear with it though. Playing our race leader Jonathan Foxworth in second there. Brent Vanderwood third. Currently Josh Roberts, Tim L. Brown, Henry Roslowski in fourth, fifth, and sixth. Thank you very much. Thomas Dennis, welcome Thomas. Thanks for the like, brother. Appreciate you. Chad unfortunately did not make the field tonight. Had to get called into work as our caution comes out with 2 to go. You can see what happened there. Telemetry potentially showing. Tim just got a bit loose there. Got sideways to 79, unable to avoid that contact. They got going again, so I'm not sure which part of that was the what actually pulled out the caution. Kenneth McLean, welcome Kenneth. Kenzie's out there in pole position. Being our last green-white checkered start for this heat 2 to get underway. Looks like they're supposed to be double wide lined up, but a little bit of confusion there. It looks like with Tim L. Brown and Brent Vanderwood. Brent coming up on the outside now. Here we go. Extended after 9 laps. This will be lap 8. Lap 9 will be our white flag lap. Oh, Jonathan Foxworth got a bit hit there. So did 75 of Ken McLean. The 75 and the 79 into contact there. It is a white flag lap though, so that is going to keep this one green. Josh Roberts is going to take out heat 2, it looks like. Ken McLean 6th, the Jonathan Foxworth 5th, Henry Roslowski 4th, Tim L. Brown 3rd, Brent Vanderwood 2nd. But Josh Roberts managed to take out the victory here and start on the front row alongside Travis there. I'll keep trying the results just to see if we're going to be lucky enough for them to refresh. If we reload. See if that'll fix things. All right, grid for heat 3. Oh, where's my grid gone? There we go. Dawson Potter and Matt Webb on that front row. Jason Coffey and Kelly McKellen second row. Third row is going to be Mad Dog Mike Davis by himself with the lane choice. Third and final heat before we get to our last feature race here today. We've already had the UMP modifieds out there at Huset Speedway. This is Kokomo Speedway, the 358 modifieds. Who is going to join that second row? What a nice run down low there as he gets that car up into the race lead. Matt Webb stayed up high. Kelly McKellen behind him. Jason Coffey and Mike Davis. Another kick follower there. Oh, Petersaw, thank you. Hey, good afternoon. Just want to say your stream is such fun and enjoy. I absolutely loved it. I was at work, so I couldn't stay long, but I'd love to catch more of your streams when I can. When do you usually go live? Feel free to share your stream schedule with me on Discord by using these featured tones. I think the schedule is actually, actually that's on the front page of Twitch. I'll have a look at the kick and see if I can list my schedule on that one if you are sincere, my man. But we are live Australian mornings, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tuesday nights Australian and Sunday nights Australian, as well as the occasional Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights Australian, as well as we wrap up our Heat 3. Dawson Potter will take out the victory there. Mike Davis in 5th, Kelly McKellen 4th, Jason Coffey 3rd, Matt Webb in 2nd. But as we advised at the end of that race, Dawson Potter is our victor for Heat 3. Let's get the grid up for this one. Obviously, Travis McDonald and Mike Moniz are our points leaders, so I do imagine they will both go to the rear of field. So if that's the case, then it will be Dawson Potter and Josh Roberts on that front row. Brett Vanderwood and Brian Angel, Yoda Outlaws teammates on the 2nd row. Jason Coffey and Matt Webb on that 3rd row. Henry Roslowski and Tim L. Brown on that 4th one. Then we're going to have Chris Stanridge and Mikey Nixter on that top to the 5th row. 6th row is going to be Mike Davis and Kelly McKellen. 7th row will be Ken McLean and Jonathan Foxworth. Wayne Bridges, Mike Moniz and Travis McDonald will round out the rear of that field. No Peter saw no followers and no videos. All right, off we go and racing. There hasn't been a crash. The 8 down on into the infield. Brent Vanderwood and their caution doesn't come back out yet as that crash was on the infield. Dawson Potter's our race leader. Josh Roberts 2nd. Brian Angel, Matt Webb, Tim O'Brien 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You can look at the spread of the cars here. Oh, it looks like caution has come out. I'm just going to give me a moment to go quickly fill up my water bottle. I'll be back in just 1 moment. All right, they are lined back up. It looked like the 7 of Brian Angel tried to sort of jump the start there, but Dawson Potter was the controlling car and come up on the inside of him, and that has brought out our latest caution. Can't drop down at the bottom side of a car. That's the left side. You must pass the car on the high line, or you black flag before the start finish line. Oh, it's road. sorry, I have a bit of a coughing fit, a bit congested, and it's not going well. As we get this one back underway, Josh Roberts out to a race lead. I told you, buddy, no expectations. Oh, big crash though. Caution has come straight back out. Alright, sorry about that. I wasn't on mute and forgot. I had to step away for just a moment. I apologise. Cough got the better of me. Sorry about that. Oh. Sorry about that. Josh Roberts, still a race leader. Matt Webb a second. Travis McDonald took himself up into third from the rear of field start. Dawson, Potter Crooks out is the top five. Oh, so trying to sort of recover some dignity here. Oh, the track mate back. A little bit of contact slowing up there. Also got a bit of a blinker. I can't quite tell who that is. Might be Jason Coffey or Mikey Mixter. Earl Browning and Ron Skolowski are all behind the 30 car. There's 99 to 75 to 30. That is Mike Davis, Ken McLean, and then Michael Mees. Come up on at the halfway mark. Next latest portion is out. Jason Coffey and Ken McLean in the crash. Let's have a look. Got up into the wall, Jason unable to avoid him there. We're going to get this one back underway. Pace truck is leaving the track. lap 17 when we do, almost at the halfway mark of this feature race. Josh Roberts and Travis McDonald that front row. Dawson Potter about Webb second row. Chris Denton, Brett Vanderwood third row. Fourth row, Jonathan Foxworth, Kelly McKellen, Brian Angel, Wayne Bridges fifth row. Sixth row, Mike Denise, Tim L. Brown, Mike Davis and Mikey Mixer. On that seventh row. Eighth row is Jason Coffey and Ken McLean. Henry Roslowski has that ninth row to himself as we watch this battle up the front. Oh, no caution has come back out straight as they get it going again. A lot of crashing on it. There's no spring flake start there. So Ken McLean, unfortunately. Excuse me. Yeah, looks like the 77 Mikey Mixter got caught up there, slid it around, and unfortunately Ken had nowhere to go but straight into him. Brad Hunt, thank you for the like over at Facebook. Appreciate you, brother. The 17 laps into this race. 18 will remain when we get this one back underway. Off we go and racing again. Josh Roberts, Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, Matt Webb, Brett Vanderwood. Take a sip of my water there. Battle up in front is quite tight. Josh Roberts currently has it. Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter. So Josh is one of the quickest cars out there on the track, 12.864 as well. 30 Mike Denise, 29 of Jonathan Foxworth. They got spun around. That's going to bring out our latest caution. Let's have a quick caution count. 3, 4, 5. This is our sixth caution for this 35 lap feature race, the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's grassroots racing series. We started off with the UMP modifieds. These are the 358 modifieds. So night of modified racing action. Got a big blocks tomorrow night to round it all off. Up. Let's just get a bit of a look at the track. This is the turns 1 and 2 apex. Down that back stretch, we saw the pace truck leave the track. The boys are going to get this one underway. When my camera finds them again, there it is. Josh Roberts, Travis McDonald going to resume that front row battle, as is Dawson Potter, Matt Webb, Brett Vanderwood and Wayne Bridges back there in 5th and 6th. Chris Dandridge, I can see him there in 7th. Kelly McKellen 8th. That looks like Mad Dog and Tim L. Brown behind him. Staying up high, he is unbeatable up there at times. But Travis McDonald, no slouch down low, so it's really similar to that Kent McLean battle from the UMPs earlier tonight. Not Josh's favourite vehicle, but like I said, no pressure, so he's able to sort of continue running and not have to worry about whether he's overstepping anything. Kellen crashed in that one. we go there. The 99 and the 7 came into contact. That pushed the 99 up into the 48, which spun around. Cars lined back up. It's going to be lap 26 of 35 when we get this one back underway. Or will it be lap 27? Lap 27, sorry. No, it will be lap 26. So another 9 or so laps to go. Double wide restart. Josh Rook's up high. Travis McDonald down low. That has been working out for both those guys. So it's going to be interesting to see if this gamble pays off for Josh. Can he build that momentum quick enough? This Travis is pretty quick at building it on that low line, but the caution straight back out. Not able to get that build going. Glasses are really clean, so I can see a bit better when we watch the race play out. Truck in the pits there, so I quickly try to get my glasses sorted so I can get back on my face. Can't see one, I can. Gone. Alright, lap 27 of 35 underway. Josh Roberts, Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, Christian Brian Angel is the 5. So a single file restart to me as we get this one back underway. I can see clearly now the smoke has gone. Right, riding along at the moment. Brent Vanderwood in 6th place, just outside that top 5. Teammate Brian Angel just ahead of him. Chris Dandridge, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, Josh Roberts. Caution out. Looks like it was the 31, Matt Webb. Himself over into the pits, but not in time before the caution's not be called. There's he got caught up in between Kellen McKellen and the wall, up into the wall a bit. No, I don't know if there's any sort of damage there, but repeated the same thing again. That one's going to bring him to a complete stop, however. Truck's going to leave the track. The boys going to come in and start the next lap. Just 5 laps remain. Get this one back under racing conditions. We're going to stay up the front and watch this battle between point leader, Travis McDonald and Josh Roberts. Josh Roberts going for back-to-back victories here tonight. Laps remain. Let's try and get a little bit wider. See that action behind as well. They were almost 3 or 4 wide coming into 1 and 2 then. That was correct. So that would have been 3 or 4 actually, because they're coming down the front stretch now. 2 laps remain, but that back mid-pack there, it looks like it is, what's that, Brian Angel, Ken McLean, Mike Moniz, they were all side by side before. As we get to the white flag lap, we are going to have a victor here. This race is about to be over. What did I say? And we successfully did not, jinxing with the broadcaster's curse. Josh Roberts will take out the modified night here tonight, Grassroots Racing Series. The modified victor, and now the 358 modified victor as well. Matt Webb finishing in 17th. Kelly McKellen in 16th. Wayne Bridges finished 15th. 14th, Tim L. Brown. Apologies for doing the results this way. The results screen's not working for some reason today. Mike Davis in 13th. 12th, Henry Roslowski. Mikey Mixer in 11th. 10th, Jonathan Foxworth. Jason Coffey in 9th. 8th, Mike Moniz. Brent Vanderwood in 7th. 6th, Kent McLean. Brian Angel in 5th. 4th, Chris Standridge. Dawson Potter in 3rd. Travis McDonald in 2nd, and will be our overall points leader coming into tomorrow night's race for the Grassroots Racing Series. But our winner and back-to-back victor, Josh Roberts. Let's get his info up on the screen. Let's get over. Well, this will easily be one of my favourite I Told You So's, and probably one of the nicest ones as well. But Josh Roberts, back-to-back victories here tonight. The UMP Modifieds first, now the 358s here at Kokomo. Really didn't set your sights too high. Like I say, that does open it up here at the Knuckleheadz for people that do that to not step on it, to not overdrive it, and tend to do well. And you held off points leader Travis McDonald for the second victory tonight.
Yeah, which in practice I was not putting up any speed. So I was like, what are they doing versus what am I doing? And I told you before, I'm not good at this track. So after everybody qualified, I was like, all right, what's the secret to get faster around here? And Travis kind of gave me the beans about, hugging that left front tire against the tires on the inside, which I think I was more mid during practice and qualifying. And that really helped me in my heat race. I accidentally got in the back of, I want to say Brent, gave me the EOL, and on that restart, everybody pushed up high, and I was able to sneak up under everybody. I went from 5th to 1st, and then after that, I knew Travis was going to be there just because, his line early on was, dominant. And I was like, well, if I could just get that top end ran in quick enough and be able to fully send it, then it'd be tough. And, there for a while, Travis was, I think me and him were neck and neck, and I think I just had enough to get in front to keep the lead. And then I was really, at that point, was just counting down the laps. I was like, please go single file, please go single file. But yeah, it was, I think I finally got the monkey off my back at this track.
I think so. So. Now, you were mentioning about the high and the low lines and just getting that run started. There were a couple of the earlier restarts. I believe you were scored in first, but you obviously chose that high line to sort of start that run to help get that high line in early. It looked like Travis, I know hindsight's 2020, but I think if he was just a foot or two higher on the track, which he had plenty of room down in that low line to low to mid line, it might have been a slightly different story. He was able to build quite that momentum and hold that on a rail down low. So that's what I was definitely watching that. We talk about it all the time. We've seen it over the last, couple of years where I believe that if you do get, if anyone gets their nose between the car and the wall, they're going to have that run down the straightaway, but none more truer than you. There's a few sort of certainties with Knuckleheadz, and one is if John Bennett's chasing you with a couple of laps to go, he's going to heartbreak you and take the win. The other one is if Josh is on that high line, it doesn't matter how good you are on that low line, it's going to be a battle, and you showed that tonight. And once again, better lucky than good, paying off in dividends.
For sure. I had zero expectations on both races, and I think that's what I'm gonna have to do all season. Just go in, no expectations, and just complain about how bad I hate these tracks.
And look, it's happened so many times. I remember one of the first ones was Swampass, good old Randy Dixon. Um, he won a race, and it was like, and I think he needed to win the next race to sort of continue in contention. And he's like, no, I hate that track. It's horrible. I hate the car combo. It's not going to be a good race. And went out and won it. And that sort of started that trend of people sort of going, no, I hate that track. And you can just see that there's just no expectation. You don't overdrive it. You don't push it too hard. And you know, that sort of patience, that sort of no expectation on you, none of that pressure, just it does it. It just helps. I think that's a big part of what's allowed Dawson Potter to continue to be in the top 5 as well. He's just sort of stopped trying to do it and just race and take that expectation off of himself. Because he was up there today. Chris Sandridge, Brian Angel, those Yoda boys. I'm really looking forward to the new season, starting to see what they're going to do with a full season of racing, especially Brian. He's quite good. Brent wasn't far behind him as well. So, look, it could have been anyone's race really tonight, but like I say, it's just that perfect mix of no expectation and no sort of direct plan. You're not trying to hit your marks or well, I mean, you're trying to hit your marks, but you're not, there's not like, okay, I have to come in low at the tire and come around high because the tires are on the infield and things like that. There's just just a little bit less sort of strategic pressure and just a little bit more natural muscle memory, things like that. Now, we've got the 358s. No, the 358s are now. We've got the big block modifieds. So, started off the racing week with the sprint cars. Wish my dog would shut up. We had the mods tonight. We're finishing them off with the other mods tomorrow night, the big blocks. Same deal as the UMPs or the 358s, do you think, with the UMPs tomorrow night? Is that I can do this, or is that a no expectation? We'll just see what happens if I can get out there.
I mean, if we can get out there, I'm gonna really go in, no expectations. It's working so far, so I'm gonna keep riding that wave and see how long I can go on it. No, it's always fun to run with these guys, and really, if you give Travis a 358 or a big block, I mean, that's a battle. So I knew when he finally got to second and he was on the inside of me, I was like, okay, well, we'll see what we got. But no, it's the grassroots series is kind of hit or miss with me. I've already told you my plans on the season, trying to be there and compete for a championship. So if I can come in, just get some wins, steal away from Travis and Mike, and make it more interesting. Because the one thing I love about this league is if you're wanting a championship, you got to earn it. No one's gonna just let you go by. So that's my whole intentions. I won't wreck no one for it, but by golly, I'm not going to give up a position for it. So if I'm running it, then I do see on the schedule. We got some dirt street stocks to go.
You do?
358s at Eldora, that's going to be a good one. And then limited lates at I-55, which I think that's a really good combination for the championship. So I think it's going to be fun. The boys definitely know how to make a bang on the last week of grassroots. So we'll see, because I know Travis and Mike are duking it out. And I think they're constantly going back and forth.
Yeah, Mike, well, coming into this part of the race, so counting the UMP race, they were equal in points. Obviously, Travis getting the second and Mike Menez getting 8th is going to give Travis a little bit of a comfortable buffer. So Mike, no pressure on him, but he's the one we're looking for to perform well tomorrow. He's the one that's going to need to get that car as far ahead of Travis as possible, as well as far up the leaderboard itself to maximise those points. Because, like you say, coming into that final week, I mean, first night, it's 358 at Bristol, Dirt Street Stocks at Lucas Oil, then Legends at Lincoln and 358 at Eldora, and then Limiteds at I-55 to wrap it up. That is going to be a blast. Relatively sort of accessible cars for the entire field, so I don't think it is going to be, and like you say, it never really is, but I don't think it's going to be just those two battling on the night. I think it's going to be everyone battling for as best a position as they can, and those two are going to have to try and pick up whatever scraps are going to be left available for themselves to run at home. But that's just look, whether it's always more than half of the Knuckleheads / R3 competition. We've seen it since I started broadcasting. There's always, if you've got 3 competitions, then at least one of those, maybe 2, is going to be completely up for grabs. Last season we had 5 championships up for grabs. I think only the late model one was locked in before the finish. The other 4 were up for grabs on the nights, type of thing. And that's just the way that you guys do it. It's never planned. It's just the right combo of tracks and cars, and the right people are getting, opportunities and taking advantage of them, and doing well over some other people that are looking to get those points, and you just come out of it with a very, very close finish. I know the top the 3, 4, and 5, that's not locked down by any means. So obviously 1 and 2 is battling between Travis and Mike, but the top 5 is still being decided out of Brian, Mike, and Brian Angel, Mike Davis, and Wayne Bridges. Actually, we just got the updated points. So Travis McDonald 265, 261 for Mike Moniz, 217 for Brian Angel, Mike Davis 192, and 189 for Wayne Bridges. So it's a couple of little battles there all throughout, and that's just what we sort of see on the track. It's such a fun thing to do, and I think you wouldn't have seen it, but there was some 3, 4 wide battles going on in this race as well. It was pretty fun to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's ever since we started this league, if we can get it to where the championship is decided on the last race, that's what it's all about. And it looks like this is going to play out the same way. It's always good to see, like people like Dawson who's there and getting faster by the second. And I was hoping I didn't jinx him, but seeing him do good in qualifying and seeing him start up front, and I was like, good luck tonight, Dawson. I really hate that for you, because every time he starts up front, something happens with his computer. But thank goodness he got that situated and fixed, and hopefully he'll be a contender. Because really he's fast, but his computer doesn't hold up. So it's one of those ordeals. You got people like Mike and Travis. John. I'm hoping he'll come back for the season, and you got me and Kent. I'm giving it everything I've got, so we'll see. I know the dirt street stocks I'm going to take back over and kind of see how that goes, and hopefully we get a good field. But yeah, speaking on what you said earlier, having that one series that was kind of already solidified with the champion, but once you do that, it really no one wants to come in and race. People start fading off. So if we can get a series that's all the way to the championship and all those guys are coming back because they're all right there in the mix, you never know.
Yeah.
You can get hot in the last 3 or 4 races and get 2 or 3 top threes, and you're right into the lead. I'm curious to see where I'm at. It seems like every time I'm racing in this thing, I'm getting a 1, 2, or 3. So I know it's not even close for me, but it'd be fun. But no, I'm just going to carry the momentum over to the season and see what we can do with it.
No, definitely, man. Looking forward to it. Just one more race tomorrow for week 10 of the Grassroots Racing Series, and then at week 11 next week. That is the championship week. So not a lot to go before we then move on back into regular season racing. Well, congratulations, man. Back-to-back victories, well deserved. Before we let you go, we did hear about them earlier, but you can never hear about them enough. Friends, family, and sponsors. Who do you want to give a shout out to for making all this possible?
Yeah, it's always the same people. Thank you to the wife and everything she does with the kiddos. Pretty much that whole race, they were in here playing, I think, tag on the bed or something. They were going wild, so I was constantly snapping my fingers because I had to focus. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to this league and the broadcast. I mean, it's from day one to now. I mean, it's crazy how much you've grown. So thank you for all your hard work, Wayne and John, Travis, Kent, Dawson, all the guys who stepped up and making grassroots a fun little series to run. All the guys. We have this. We don't have a league without the guys that's running it. So, thank for this. I think the past 2 nights we've had really good car counts. So hopefully we'll keep that going and go from there. But yeah, that's about it.
No, awesome, man. Congratulations yet again. If you are on the track tomorrow night, best of luck. Let's see if you can sweep out the mod portion of week 10. But not long until we have you back on our screens, regular racing, especially Robert's Electrical Dirt Street Stocks. Wish you all the best of luck, man. We'll see you potentially tomorrow night. If not, we'll catch you a week 11. And yeah, we'll go from there.
That sounds good. See you, man.
Awesome, buddy. Bye. All right, that was Josh Roberts taking out both races here tonight. Totally unexpected by him on that behalf. But Travis McDonald, 4-point leader over Mike Menezes as we head into our final race of week 10 tomorrow night. Join us tonight. We do have the 420 Oz Racing League, 420 Oz Sim Racing League's GT Challenge, the GT3. That will be at the I believe Circuito de Navarra. I hope I said that correctly. But yeah, that will be around 7 p.m. Australian tonight. So come along and check that out. All right, guys and girls, that will wrap us up here for this broadcast. We'll just check a few quick little things before we wrap. No, just the one viewer on Twitch. We won't bother rating out to anyone here today. We'll just call it there. Thank you so much for coming out and watching. Join us again tonight, as I say, for the GT Challenge. Tomorrow for the last round of Week 10 for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. My name is Bob. Love yous all. Thanks for watching. Oh, no, big shout out. Sorry. Look, we'll give Peter a shout out. But Chad, Brian, Gotcha, Dreadhead, Jeff, Brad Hunt, Kenneth McLean, Thomas, Dennis, Chris Denrich, Brian Angel, and Austin Goodman, Mike Davis, and Mike Manlees, Dawson Potter, Kelly McKinnon, Josh Roberts, all for the likes, the shares, the interactions, the chatter. Appreciate you all and love you guys massively. Thanks for coming out and watching, boys and girls. My name's Bob. Boy.